Jai Hind. The today's topic which we are going to discuss today is software maintenance. So basically, what is maintenance? Maintenance is the activity associated with keeping operational computer systems continuously in tune with the requirements of users and data processing operation. That is, your system should work continuously as well as correctly in a desired way, in a manner desired by a user or the person who is working or operating on that system. So software maintenance is any work done to a computer program after its first installation and implementation in an operational environment. So once your software starts working, whatever activity you later perform on your software for its proper functioning, that comes under the category of software maintenance. So what are the steps or what are the work which we do in a software maintenance? We go with the error correction. Whatever error is coming while running a software, if you are correcting it, then you say that we are maintaining a software. Then the enhancement of capabilities. If you are changing the capabilities of the system or deleting some obsolete capabilities of your software, or you are optimizing your software, all these activities, it corresponds to your software maintenance. Now the question comes, why we require a maintenance? Because we have made a product and once it start functioning, why we go for the maintenance part? Because the changes in user requirement with time, user is always demanding some changes, and if he is demanding some changes, then this imply you need to upgrade your software. Or the another reason is program or system problems, that is the faults within the system. Maybe you have made a very good software, error free software, bug free software, but when it starts functioning, sometimes the problems may come up. So you need to work on those area as well, as so that in near future, if the same environment, if your software faces the same environment, then it will not fail. Changing or hardware the software requirement environment, as the technology is continuously changing, maybe after a few months or after a year, you need to change the environment to improve the system efficiency and throughput. That is, you are continuously monitoring your system throughput, your software efficiency, and if you need that certain parts are lagging behind, then you need to change those things. So what is the basic objective of maintenance? To ensure that modification does not affect other portions of the program. This is very important. Whatever you are making amendments in your program or updations in your program, it should not affect the original functioning of your software. Other modules of your software should not be affected by those updations. Nearly 80% of a system's lifetime cost is spent in maintenance. So if you think that you have built a very good project, now your responsibility has finished, then this is not so. A software person spends more than 50% of time in maintenance. Approximately 90% of the software lifetime is spent in maintenance. So software maintenance process is very expensive and risky also, and it is very challenging. So what are the maintenance activities? Determine what changes will be made to what components of existing system. Then understand the structure and purpose of the affected components, and for this you need to do the impact analysis. That is, if you are making certain updations, then you need to go for the impact analysis before doing those changes physically. modify the components, test the result product to verify the correctness of the changes. That is, whatever updations you have done, again you need to go with the testing part. Eliminate any unwanted side effects resulting from modification, that is, go for the regression testing. Control the distribution of a new version, that is, change control and configuration management need to be done in the maintenance phase. These are the 4 types of maintenance: corrective maintenance, adaptive maintenance, perfective maintenance and preventive maintenance. What is corrective maintenance? Any changes necessitated by actual errors or the faults in a system, it is come under the category of my corrective maintenance. That is, some errors have occurred in my system or a faults in a system, I need to make changes. So, this type of maintenance is to eliminate any deviations. What are the faults? If your software is deviating or giving certain outputs which has not been in accordance with the specification, is usually a reactive process, may be due to errors in design, logic and coding. Sometimes during the run time you come to know about these aspects. Adaptive maintenance: any effort initiated as a result of changes in the environment in which a software system must operate. So, this is my adaptive maintenance. That is, we have initiated certain effort, and why we initiated this effort? Because due to the result of changes in the environment. So, the environmental changes include rules, laws and regulations that affect the system. Maybe your product is not in accordance with certain regulations, then you need to change it. Data formats of the interfaces, hardware configuration changes, then again you go for the adaptive maintenance. System software like OS compiler etc., they got changed, maybe you go with some upgraded version, then again you need the adaptive maintenance. Next is my perfective maintenance, that is, all insertions, deletions, modifications, extensions and enhancement made to a system to improve the software performance, maintainability or understandability. That is, we are not encountering any kind of error or fault, but we are changing or we are improving the throughput of or efficiency of my software. Then if I am going with such mind setup, then I will say that I am doing a perfective maintenance. So, the perfective maintenance is performed to augment or fine tune the software, to make the code easier to understand and work with, and to optimize the code to run faster or use storage efficiently. Next and the last one is my preventive maintenance. It is a periodic activity also used to prevent the failures from an identified potential fault. So, what are the activities? File directory and the source list management, documentation checks, review of the standards and efficiency, staggered system enhancement. So, all these activities, they come under the category of preventive maintenance. For example, once in 6 months for daily and the weekly running system, we generally do the preventive maintenance periodically. Once a year for a system used 2 to 4 times in a year. Whenever the project in charge is being replaced, we go with the preventive maintenance. What are the prerequisites for maintenance? Availability and understanding of following documents, that is, current source listing. What are the current source listing, from where the code has come? Then the test data, both unit and system test data. Then SRS and the design documents, users and operational manuals. These are the prerequisite when you go with the maintenance part. What are the problems encountered during the maintenance? Often the program is written by some other person or a group of persons, and often the program is changed by a person who did not understand it clearly. So, the program listings, sometimes the program listings, they are not structured, high staff turnover, there may be some you could say this is another challenge. Then information gap between the group of persons who have designed this software and then the maintenance team. Systems are not designed for change. So these are the challenges which are encountered during the maintenance phase. What are the potential solutions? Budget and effort reallocation, complete the replacement of the system, maintenance of the existing system. So these are the potential solutions if we encounter certain issues during the maintenance phase. So the maintenance process. First we start with determining the maintenance objective. Once we have determined the maintenance objective, that is correct program error, add new capabilities, delete obsolete features, optimization, we need to be aware that what we want, why we go for the maintenance part. Then we go with the program understanding. We need to understand the complexity of the code. We need to understand the documents which are being developed along with the program, and the self descriptiveness. We need to understand what the program is about. Then we go with the generate particular maintenance proposal, and it is basically done for my extensibility, that once you have decided, okay, we are going with this objective, we have understand the program, we have gained the insight into the program, now we will generate the proposal. Then we account for the ripple effect. Why we account for this, why we have included the ripple effect for the stability part. Then comes the testing whether my product is testable or not. If it has passed the testing, then okay, everything is okay, we are out of the maintenance process. But if it doesn't pass the testing, then again we will repeat the whole process. So program understanding, it is the first phase, consists of analyzing the program in order to understand. Generate particular maintenance proposal, the second phase, it is the second phase consisting of generating a particular maintenance proposal to accomplish the implementation of the maintenance objective. Ripple effect, the third phase consists of accounting for all of the ripple effect as well as the consequence of the program modification. And if we don't do this phase, then what will happen? Your maintenance phase, whatever activity you are performing during this phase, it will not be it will not provide stability to your software. Modified, whatever modification you have done, you go with the testing part. So it is my fourth phase, which consists of testing the modified program to ensure that the modified program has at least the same reliability level as the previous version. Then comes the maintainability. Each of these four phases and their associated software quality attributes, that is, you need to verify the attributes, quality attributes also, are critical to the maintenance process. All of these factors must be combined to form the maintainability. Maintenance, now we will go with the maintenance models. Now the very first one is quick fix model, and this is the ad hoc version. So this is ad hoc firefighting approach, waiting for the problem to occur. If it occur, fix it as soon as possible, and when the fixes has been done, you just go with you send the patch to the customer and your work is over. So here the fixes may be done without detailed analysis of the long-term effects. Iterative enhancement model, it says changes in the software system throughout its lifetime are an iterative process. So the model is effectively a three-stage cycle. That is, in the iterative enhancement model, we first go with the analysis part, then the whatever the modifications you have decided, you will characterize it, propose it, and then redesign whatever the updations are required. You need to make those amendments and then implement your project. Another model is my reuse oriented model. It says that the model is based on the principle that maintenance could be viewed as an activity involving the reuse of existing program component. Whatever you are updating, you are ultimately updating a old one, and you are whatever enhancement you are making an old one, you are just producing a or announcing it as a new component. So it says that you are reusing the existing program component. So what are the steps in the reuse oriented model? First, you identify the parts of the old system that are the candidates for the reuse. Once you have identified them, then understand these system parts, understand them clearly, what is their purpose, and how, whether they are independent or independent entities, and if they are dependent entities, then on what components they are dependent, so that if you are changing them, then ultimately you need to study its impact on its related component also. Modification of the old system parts appropriate to the new requirement. You will make the updations according to your new requirement, and then integrate those modified parts into the new system. So this is my reuse oriented model concept. Another model is the Boehm's model. This model emphasizes that management decisions drives the maintenance process. Boehm sees the maintenance manager task as one of the balancing the pursuit of objectives of the maintenance against the constraints imposed by the environment in which the maintenance work is carried out. How it is being done? A set of approved changes is determined by applying a particular strategies and the cost benefit evaluations to a set of proposed changes. This particular thing is very important according to Boehm, because ultimately the decision is being taken by the management. The approved changes are accompanied by their own budgets, which will largely determine the extent and type of the resources expended. So in the Boehm's model, for what we are having management decisions, they will approve the changes, change the implementation. We are having the new version of the software. Here we are having this been incorporated in the software in use. Again the things been evaluated. Again some new updations proposed. Management will make the decision on those proposals, and if it give approval, then again, so this is a ongoing process. Another model is my TOT maintenance model. It is a typical maintenance model developed by B.J. Todt in 1983, and it has 8 phases in cyclic order. First, you will change the request, estimate the cost, schedule it, program it, test it, whatever you have done, document it, release it, I make it operational, and once it is operational, and if some new change comes, then again make a new change request. So whenever a request is coming, you are making a change request, estimating its cost, scheduling it, programming it, testing, documentation, and then again releasing it. So these are the certain software maintenance models which we have discussed. So this is all about the maintenance, software maintenance part in your software engineering course. So these are the references which have been with the help of which these slides have been created. Thank you and Jai Hind.